Good morning, Steve Jolly here with Benchmark Realty, and welcome to the Music City Show. Thank you for joining us on Thursday, July 16th. We are so excited to have you. I also want to give a special shout out and thank you to my loyal viewers who turn in every week, every Thursday morning around 8:15 a.m. for the Music City Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. And here's what we have in store for you today. First, we are going to be talking about small steps that you can take that can have a big impact on your price. We'll go over the market update for this week, and then I'll share with you what we're going to talk about next week. All right, so small steps that have a big impact on price. So, one of the best things you can do as a home seller to have a big impact on your price is marketing. And one aspect of marketing is what we call staging. And here's what recent studies show that staging does for you. And these were put on by the National Association of Realtors. And they show that when you stage a home, you have the potential to increase its price by up to 5% and decrease its days on market by up to 70%. That's the amount of time it stays on the market. The amount of, and the more time it stays on the market, the more showings you have to go through. And it can be a more hassle. So our goal in staging is to get your price higher and reduce your days on market. Here's the problem though. The problem is staging is really expensive. The initial consultation for a professional stager is probably going to cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $500. And then you're going to have monthly rental fees for the furniture and the decor they provide, which can range anywhere from $500 to $2,500 a month. And it's just too expensive for the average person. So it's not really an option. But I know you want to benefit from staging too, right? So here's what we do for you instead. So what we offer you is what we call strategic staging. So the first thing we're going to do is walk through the home with you, and we'll come up with a plan for how to relocate the current furniture and furnishings that you have to accomplish a few goals. First thing we want to do is show your home in the best light possible. We want to make sure your rooms seem open and seem as large as possible. And also we want to make sure that we have a good flow through the room and through the house so that buyers can really envision themselves living there as they're walking through your home. So that's the first step. The second step is with whatever you're missing or whatever we think that can help and add value to what you currently have, we will bring in stuff from our collection to do that. That could be decor, it could be furniture, but whatever it is, we'll bring it in and we'll place it for you. And then the third thing we're going to do is we are going to give you a simple repair list. So these are small things that you can do around the house. They'll have a big impact on the way your home shows and the way that it looks, and that really can help you with price. It's just one less thing that buyers have to worry about. If they come through and everything looks neat and clean and everything's in its place and everything is what it appears to be, those are just fewer questions in their mind about the house they are purchasing. So all these things add up and they work just as effectively as regular staging does, but at a fraction of the cost. And when I say fraction, there is no additional charge for you to use our strategic staging service. So if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about listing your home, you have questions about this service that we offer, don't hesitate to reach out to us at 615-257-9996. All right, so let's dive into the market update for the week. So we're taking a look at sales, and I've been telling you that sales have been slowly increasing over the past couple of months. It's kind of hard to see, but you're starting to be able to see that trend now. Ever since the beginning of April, sales in 2020 have been trailing 2019. 2 weeks prior, we've beaten both of those weeks. This week, the numbers right now show that we're a little bit shy. But one thing I know is that somewhere around 20% of the closings get entered in late. So I expect this week's numbers to eventually, probably in a couple of weeks when all the data comes in, to eventually be higher than 2019. So it looks like we'll have 3 weeks in a row where 2020 is beating 2019 sales, and that's where we really want to be. So let's do what we can to keep that up. And the number one thing that we can do to keep that up is this right here, and that is new listings coming on the market. We're not seeing that same upward trend as we have with new listings, but here's what we are seeing. If you notice, before that big circle, which is January, February, and March, we saw 2019 and 2020 were kind of in sync with each other. And actually 2020 was just where we're getting a few more new listings than we were last year. Although we were 10% down, we need those new listings. And then in April and May, there was complete chaos in the market. And so we saw those new listing numbers drop significantly below where they were last year. So now we're at about 15% below, probably closer to 20% below where we really need to be. And then over the last few months, over June and the first couple weeks of July, we see those new listings starting to come back into sync. So that's good news. Although in order for this sales to keep increasing and our prices to keep increasing and our market to keep moving forward, we need more new listings. So if you're thinking about selling, you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Looking at showings is another leading indicator of what the market's going to do in the near future. And showing also shows how strong the demand is out there. So you can see significant increase since the beginning of April in the number of showings. For the last 2 months, we've been definitely beating 2019 showing numbers. So there's still a huge demand out there for buyers buying homes. And the only thing they're missing out is on properties to buy. So keep that in mind. And then homes under contract, another area where we're seeing solid increases, this time probably over the last, since the beginning of April. So we've had some strong increases over that time. We did see a little dip last week for July 4th, but this week, the highest number of the year so far for the number of homes under contract in 1 week, it was over 1,600 homes. That's huge. But in order to keep that up, we just need more listings. So if you're thinking about selling, you're not sure if this is the right time for you, or you just have a few questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at 615-257-9996. All right, and one last thing I wanted to update you on for the market is for the sales price for the month of July. Right now we have about 40% of the numbers in for the month, and it's looking at right now at about $330,000 for the median sales price in Nashville. It's about 10,000 higher than it was in June, and we're at the highest point that we've been in probably 15 months. So we're good. Some of that increase is due to limited inventory. So we just need to keep that in mind. If we don't have the inventory and you still have that strong demand out there, the only thing that can happen is prices to rise. So just we do want prices to rise, but we want them to rise at a rate that's sustainable. So let's keep an eye on prices. Overall, I think the numbers look great for the week. My biggest concern is still COVID. Now, while I don't think we're going to go back into a shutdown, if we have huge numbers of people being sick and out of the workforce or not being able to go back to work, then that can be a huge issue. So I just want to tell you guys that I care about you. I want you to stay safe. If you're in crowded places in public, wear a mask, wash your hands, do all those good things so we can keep this economy rolling, keep people working, keep people selling and buying homes. All right. So let's talk about a little bit what we're going to talk. Well, first, before we get into that, if you want to see any of these charts, they're all interactive. If you go to musiccityshow.com, you could also catch previous Music City shows there, or read a bunch of information about the market, and even get a price. A price on your home if you're wondering what the value of your home is right now. So you can do all those things. musiccityshow.com. Next week on the show, we're going to be talking about how to attract buyers with magnetic real estate marketing. So this is all the marketing efforts we do outside of staging we're going to talk about. And for you to take advantage of that, I'll just give you a little example. A current client that we have, when we listed their homes similar to theirs, we're averaging one showing a week. Their home's been listed for 2 weeks. We've had a showing every day, and it's under contract now. So with this particular case, we provided 7 times more showings than the average homes we're getting in that area. If you want results like that, give us a call, 615-257-9996. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. Peace and love, y'all.